Let's talk about some of the things you can do to lay down a solid sleep foundation for your newborn. Even though their sleep may be unpredictable at this stage, there are still ways that you can help them sleep better. My number one tip is implementing feed, play, and sleep routine. This is a common method used to create some sort of routine or structure in your day. Now, before you do this, it is very important to spend the first few weeks of their life getting to know your little one, establishing feeding, because that is essential, and also getting to know their sleepy cues, what works for them in terms of settling techniques. Every baby is different. What works for one may not necessarily mean it'll work for the other. This is why it's important for the first few weeks of their life to just get to know them, and also for you to do what you can to rest. After a few weeks or several weeks, and you feel like you're ready for some structure, then the feed, play, sleep routine is a great way to do that. So the first phase, feeding. This is essentially feeding your little one either on the breast or the bottle to ensure that they are getting the calories that they need during the day. It is important to note that it is normal for newborns to cluster feed. They normally cluster feed in the late afternoon or nighttime. To ensure that they are getting the calories that they need in the day, feed your little one every 2 to 3 hours. The second phase, play. I know that newborns are very, very sleepy. This is totally normal. And sometimes during the play or awake time, it pretty much consumes the feeding stage. But as they do get older, they will have longer awake times, and it is essential that you also put in place activities such as tummy time, which strengthens their muscles and their core, or even face-to-face, chatting to your little one. Anything that stimulates your little one and actively engaging them cognitively and physically, they all play a part in helping your little one become tired, ready for sleep. And the last phase, sleep. After feeding them and playing with them, then they are put down for sleep. This is where you put in place a consistent winding down or bedtime routine to help them relax and know what's coming next. When you put in place a consistent winding down routine, they know that sleep is coming. Tip number 2, keep their calories up during the day. Like I said earlier, feed your little one every 2 to 3 hours to ensure that they are getting all the calories that they need during the day and to avoid reverse cycling. Reverse cycling essentially is when your little one tends to feed more during the night and only snack during the day. Tip number 3, create a conducive sleep environment for your little one. Yes, the first few weeks of your little one's life, it is okay for them to sleep in the light out in the living room or wherever you are in the house. However, at about 8 weeks old, when they start to produce their own hormones, such as their cortisol, which is the wake-up hormone, and down the track, their melatonin, which is their sleepy hormone, they tend to not do well sleeping in the light. This is when I encourage parents to start putting them in a dark room during daytime sleep. Darkness encourages the continuation of sleep. Getting blackout blinds can make a huge difference in darkening their sleep environment. Avoid using night lights or even red lights during your little one's sleep. Only use them for nighttime feedings. Another way to create a conducive sleep environment is using a sound machine. It needs to be continuous and not on timer, because if it turns off, it might wake your little one up. Using white noise or pink noise or brown noise helps block out external noise that could potentially wake your little one up. Moreover, they soothe your little one and encourages them to keep sleeping. And lastly, to create an optimal sleep environment, you need to be looking at the temperature in their room. A comfortable temperature is around 19 to 21 degrees Celsius. It is important to dress your little one accordingly and make sure that they are not too hot and not too cold. I know some parents stress over what to dress their little one for sleep. A general rule of thumb is dressing your little one layer more than what you will be wearing to sleep. This is because babies under 1 cannot regulate their own body temperature yet. And lastly, ensure that their cot or bassinet is safe. The mattress needs to be flat and firm without any bumpers, toys, or loose beddings. It's also best to keep their cot or bassinet away from any drafty windows or heating source. Tip number 4, watch your little one's wake windows. What are wake windows? They are essentially your little one's awake times between their sleeps. Wake windows begin the moment you get them out of their cot and end the moment you put them back in their cot for sleep, regardless of what time they actually fall asleep. While each baby is unique and should be treated accordingly, they tend to follow somewhat a similar biological pattern. The length of a wake window may vary from child to child. Additionally, their wake windows may change as they get older. It is also important to know that every bub has different sleep needs. Some may need more sleep than others. This is why it's essential to learn your little one's sleepy cues. If you would like a free wake windows guide for your little one, comment wake windows and I will send you a link. Tip number 5, learn your baby's sleepy cues. While wake windows are important, it is also essential for you to recognize your little one's sleepy cues. Some of the common signs of newborn sleepy cues are red eyebrows, rubbing of eyes, yawning, staring into space. You do not want your little one to reach overtiredness. So it's important to observe your little one, their cues, their mood and energy to determine when to put them down for sleep. Need more help? Click the link below. If this was helpful, hit like and subscribe for more.